All life on Earth is connected. Our planet is comprised of a mosaic of ecosystems and organisms surviving together in tandem. The very basis of that life, and something all living things need to survive, is water. But how does water move across our landscape? Water has the ability to travel great distances. Starting as a drop in the ocean, water is a shape-shifter, transforming itself from liquid to gas as it evaporates into the air. Once in the atmosphere, those water molecules can condense again and will fall back down to the earth as rain. Where does this water go once it falls upon the land? Rainfall or melting snow can seep into the soil and be absorbed by plants, or it may flow into creeks, streams, rivers, and storm drains. These waterways all connect, intersect, and flow many miles until they ultimately drain into larger bodies of water, eventually leading to the ocean. This land area that channels rainfall and snowmelt into creeks, streams, and rivers, and eventually to outflow points such as reservoirs, bays, and the ocean, is called a watershed. Watersheds can be big or small, but all watersheds are home to many unique plants and wildlife species. But plants and animals are not the only things that live here. Humans also live in watersheds and can play a vital role in the health of the watershed they live in. As water flows across the landscape, it can carry and move organic material such as leaves, twigs, and sediment. This can move nutrients into bodies of water or into the ocean, where it may provide food or nutrients for a variety of organisms. But organic material is not the only thing that can travel through our waterways. Pollution can also hitch a ride downriver and end up in our oceans. Many of the decisions we make each and every day can impact the health of our watershed, thereby impacting the health of our oceans. The fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides that we use on our farms, yards, or gardens can greatly impact our watersheds. Many fertilizers contain nitrogen and phosphorus. When these compounds run off into the water, they can ruin drinking water supplies, decrease oxygen levels, cause fish die-offs, and can cause excessive growth of algae or even harmful algal blooms. Pesticides and herbicides can impact the availability of drinking water and can impact the hormone levels and overall health of aquatic organisms. The oil and gas from our cars can wash into our watershed, which can affect our water quality and can impact a variety of wildlife. 1 gallon of oil has the potential to ruin 1 million gallons of drinking water. Once petroleum is introduced into the water, it can float, evaporate, remain suspended in the water, or sink and settle into the sediment. This can impact light penetration through the water column, the exchange of oxygen at the water's surface, and can contaminate the uppermost portion of the water column and the abundance of microorganisms that live there. These microorganisms are food for a range of wildlife species, from fish to seabirds. Therefore, oil pollution on the water's surface has the potential to poison much of the aquatic food web. Even pet waste can be a form of pollution, as it can contribute to excess nutrient runoff in the water and can carry harmful bacteria that can make both humans and wildlife sick. One example is the spread of the parasitic protozoan Toxoplasma gondii. This parasite is spread from the feces of cats and can infect birds and mammals. Southern sea otters have been threatened by this parasite when it travels through our waterways and into the ocean. In otters and other mammals, this parasite can cause brain infections that may be fatal. When garbage cans are overstuffed, it can be easy for pieces of trash to fall out or to be pulled out by wildlife and left on the ground or moved elsewhere. When left on the ground, either accidentally or via intentional littering, trash items can be moved by wind, wildlife, or water into our creeks, rivers, storm drains, and ultimately into the ocean. Along the way, litter can cause serious harm to our wildlife and to human health. Plastic pollution is particularly harmful as it can contain chemicals and toxins, and it never biodegrades. It simply breaks into smaller and smaller pieces. Cigarette butts are one form of plastic pollution, which contain chemicals such as arsenic and nicotine, and have long held the title of most commonly littered item on beaches worldwide in years past. It's estimated that 8 million metric tons of plastic are entering our oceans each year. Plastic debris can entangle or be ingested by wildlife, causing them to become sick, injured, or even causing them to die. Humans also consume plastics, primarily in the form of microplastics and microfibers, which come from broken down plastic items and other sources. Luckily, each and every one of us has the ability to help protect our watersheds and keep them clean and healthy. Avoid using chemical pesticides and herbicides on your lawn or in your garden. Try using less toxic alternatives such as horticultural oil, neem oil, or vinegar sprays. Always use caution when fueling up and dispose of used oil properly. Used oil is considered hazardous waste and should not be poured on the ground or tossed in a trash can. Used oil can be brought to your local household hazardous waste facility, or it can even be recycled when you bring it to a certified oil recycling center. Be sure to pick up your pet's waste and dispose of it in a garbage can. When trash cans at your local park or beach are full, bring your trash home with you to dispose of it safely. If your bins at home are full, keep your trash inside or somewhere secure until your local trash pickup day. Don't be a litter bug. Never throw trash on the ground, including cigarette butts and personal protective equipment such as face masks and gloves. If you see litter, pick it up carefully using gloves or a grabber and dispose of it in a garbage can. Live with less. Reduce the amount of waste that you produce by choosing reusable and recyclable items and refusing single-use plastics. Spread awareness and encourage others to aid in the protection of our beautiful watersheds, because we all have a role to play in keeping them healthy, all the way from the mountains to the ocean, for the benefit of all living things on Earth.